Morning, everyone. Let's call court to order. Today is Tuesday, March 16th, 2021. It's 9 a.m. Proof of posting, please.
The agenda was posted on Friday, March 12th, 2021 at 12:30 p.m.
Thank you. Okay, at this time, let's pause briefly for a moment of silence, and then we'll have the pledge to the flags by Steve Hernandez. And so, under proclamations, under D1, I'd like to defer that until the next meeting. So I make a motion, we defer D1.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Any discussion? No discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Oppose? Pass. Under D2, proclamation recognizing the New Deliverance Missionary Baptist Church and Worship Center on their 21st church anniversary. Commissioner Miller?
Yes, good morning. It is my pleasure to present this proclamation for approval by the Commissioners Court. For one, the pastor is my cousin, and they are celebrating their 21st church anniversary. The proclamation will be presented at their church service this coming Sunday. And so today, if there are no objections, I simply need to have the court approve the proclamation of the McLennan County Commissioners Court recognizing the New Deliverance Missionary Baptist Church and Worship Center on their 21st church anniversary.
Okay, is that a motion?
Yes.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Have a second. Any discussion? No discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Oppose? Pass. All right, so Dustin, if you will start the agenda.
Yes, sir. So we'll head down to item M1, discussion and or action on matters regarding COVID-19. I'd like to call on Elizabeth.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
As for our COVID counts, everything is going in a positive direction. We had 3 new cases yesterday. And so the information is on covidwaco.com. So we had 3 new cases yesterday. Our estimated active cases is down to 155. Our current hospitalizations are down to 30. Our testing numbers are also decreasing as well. Last week, we only had the multi-purpose center open for testing because MCC was closed for their spring break, but they averaged between 60 or about 70 to 90 tests each day last week at the Waco Multi-Purpose Center, bringing our cumulative total of testing to 12,767. We still continue to offer our testing sites at Multi-Purpose and at MCC this week. And the vaccine clinic should be up and running this week at McLean Stadium.
Okay, any questions for Elizabeth? All right, we need a motion on that for recording purposes.
Judge, you can do that if you'd like.
All right, is there a motion to approve this report for recording purposes?
So moved. Second.
Motion made and second. Any other discussion? No other discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Oppose? Pass.
And Judge, while we have Elizabeth, if it's okay, we can take care of our 2 disaster declarations. Under item M10, discussion and or action on extension of the order of McLennan County Judge declaring a local state of disaster and public health emergency regarding prolonged freezing temperatures, heavy snow, and freezing rain. And Elizabeth and I had visited this morning, and we think it is okay to let this order expire. And so if the court is okay with that, or if the court has any questions, we could just pull this one with no action.
Okay, we will pull with no action.
Under item M11 is approval of order extending state of disaster and public health emergency declaration due to COVID-19 through April 30th, 2021. This is what the city of Waco will be doing, continuing to extend it for a month at a time. So we recommend keeping this one in place.
Okay,
One question, is this the order that will allow us, if we do find damages to our roads, we will be able to submit for reimbursement of any expenses that we incur in making those repairs?
Yes, ma'am. That was on M10. And since Elizabeth can fill in more, she's already submitted our request for public assistance. So since that's been submitted, since the disaster period is over, but we can still continue tracking cost and submitting those onto the EOC, who can submit those onto TDEM and to FEMA.
Yes, Dustin's exactly right. So we'll continue to track all those costs, especially with the roads. We know we're not seeing all the damages quite yet. So we can continue to track those and add those to our PSTAT tool for the PDA for the state and FEMA to see what damages we've had in McLennan County.
Okay, because I did receive an email the end of last week. Sandy Creek had some issues with the road out there, and they believe it's the damage is due to the past ice storm. And so we rode out there, and I may need to follow up if we're going to do any kind of treatment. Okay.
Sounds good.
all right. Any other questions? Okay, I guess we need a motion to extend that.
Yes, sir, on M11.
Okay,
Move to approve.
we have a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion made and second. Any other discussion? No other discussion. All in favor say aye.
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 Oppose? Pass.
All right, and we have one other item pertaining to COVID under M8, authorization of order approving addendum to the county's December 1st, 2020 order addressing employee absences resulting from COVID-19 and providing for sick leave for absences resulting from COVID-19 related matters. I'd like to call on Anna.
Good morning. This order is an extension of the order issuing temporary emergency paid leave to the county employees. The order was set to expire March 31st. In this order, we're asking approval to extend the availability of temporary emergency paid leave through April 30th, which is an additional month. We're not adding any temporary emergency paid leave available. We're just extending the amount of time that employees can continue to use the balances currently in place. Are there any questions?
Any questions on that?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? No other discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Oppose? Pass.
Thank you.
All right.
Before
Chris,
Judge, before we leave the COVID-19 agenda items, I had a question. Not sure which one of the items it falls under. On our rental assistance program, is it possible for us to get a report from the city of Waco as far as the individuals who have submitted an application, how many applications have been funded, and how much money so far has been expended through that program?
Yes, we can get that report.
Okay.
We'll see if we can have it for the next meeting, or we can forward it to you as we get it.
and yes, ma'am. And actually last Friday, Rainisha had started sending one. So we will get those to the court, and then we can ask her to provide an update at the next court session as well.
Okay.
All right, Chris, are you on?
Yes, I'm on.
All right, so under item M12, Greater Waco Chamber of Commerce Monthly Economic Development Report for February 2021. Chris?
Good morning. I have a
Morning.
couple of slides. I will share my screen with y'all and give you our report. So looking at the month of February of 2021, we've had a number of attraction inquiries for the same in comparison to the same time last year. We're actually ahead of where we were in 2020, and 2020 was off to a great start. Proposals submitted and out the door. We had 5 for the month of February. We're at 13 for the year to date, up over where we were in 2020 as well. We've had a number of on-site attraction visits so far this year, and anticipate that that's going to continue for us, down a little bit from where we were in 2020, but expecting those numbers to be higher in 2021. Our business retention program is on target to get, or is planning to get back on target this year. We're looking at bringing back our on-site visit program, where we had shifted to virtual visits over the last several months due to the COVID situation. Our assistance requests remain strong, and that's always a good thing. We'd rather for a company to be reaching out to us directly or through our business retention expansion program, rather than letting something become a bigger issue for them. The more often that we are connecting with businesses and helping them resolve any concerns that they might have within the community, it helps us retain a positive business climate, and also serves as a great way for them to understand the resources that the community has available, so that when they have opportunities for growth, they'll reach out to us and let us know that they are looking at expansion opportunities. Our business development events, you can imagine we've not had a lot of those over the past year. We anticipate with the rollout of the vaccine that the second half of the year will actually pick up considerably, and then we'll get back to doing more of the face-to-face visits and interactions that we've done in the past. So all in all, when you look at the marketing report that we've submitted on a monthly basis, there are 31 different projects at various points that we're working on. On the business attraction side of it, there are 17. On the expansion side, there are 14. And one of the things I would note is that we have a number of expansion projects that are new and on the list. That's a great thing for us because it's a great indicator that there continues to be growth of our existing industry base. We always love attracting new business in, but we want to make sure that we're supporting the existing companies that are here as well. Something I wanted to share with everybody, the state of Texas has won its 9th consecutive Governor's Cup. This is for economic development activity. And on this particular this year, Waco had 2 projects in the top 25 for the state of Texas. State of Texas had over 780 projects announced, and then Waco had 2 in the top 25. And when you look at the job creation associated with our 2 projects in the top 25, our projects accounted for 9% of all of the job growth in the top 25 projects. So we were very proud of the work that we did last year, and we know that this year's on target to be another great year, both for our community and for the state of Texas.
Chris,
Yes, sir.
It's hard to read. What are those 2 projects?
It's Amazon, the Amazon project, and then also the Envasis project.
Okay, thank you.
Just to give you an idea of where we are in the recovery process, 2020 was an unprecedented year in a lot of ways, but it ended on several high notes, and 2021 is off to a very positive start as well. We're up on construction permits, we're up on retail sales tax, auto spending is up, and housing is up for the community as well. One thing to note is that hotel occupancy is still down in comparison to January of 2020, which we would expect to be the case. But you have to put it into context to say in April and May of 2020, the occupancy tax collections dropped to 55 to 72% month in those months. So that now when we look at January of 2021, we're only down 17%. That's a lot of recovery that's happened. And it's taken some time, and it's going to continue to go down that path of a slower recovery. But the more that the vaccines get rolled out, the more that people feel more comfortable in traveling, we anticipate that those numbers are going to bounce back to their pre-COVID levels. And then just to give you a quick look at some of the projects that are moving quickly through the pipeline right now. Project Casper is an expansion project. Project Glass House is a new project for our community, looking more in the rural aspects of the area. Project Chase continues to push forward, as well as Project Spin and Project Jonah. Project Legend is a new one, and it's expansion by an existing business. And then we're still pushing forward on a couple of new projects. Project Standard is one that we actually started working on in 2016 that had gone quiet for a while. It has circled back, and we're pushing forward on that one as well. So lots of good activity that's happening in the market, and 2021 looks to be that it will be a very strong year for our development activities. With that, I will stop my share and answer any questions that y'all might have.
Chris, on the business retention calls, is in the past, concerns or discussions about workforce were kind of the main topic. Is that still holding true?
Yes, sir. That is still an area that our businesses are experiencing some challenges. Our unemployment rate is much higher than it normally would be at 6.1%, but making sure that we still have the skill sets needed for our existing industries is something that we're hearing from our employers. And there are a number of programs that are underway locally to help individuals that have potentially been displaced in some industries to be retrained into high demand jobs for our market.
Okay, thank you. Any questions for Chris? Okay. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, is there a motion to approve Chris's report for recording purposes?
So moved.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
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 Oppose? Pass. Thank you, Chris.
All right, under item K2 regarding the Homeland Security Grants Division Border Prosecution Unit Grant, K2A, approval for application for Border Prosecution Grant, TAG Prosecutor Continuation for 2021 through 2023. Nelson?
Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
This is a reapplication for now a 2-year cycle. Under the Border Prosecution Unit is the main grant that kind of overlaps our TAG prosecutor that works with the TAG here. Last year we started on a mid-year, so we only had a 1-year grant. This is a reapplication for a 2-year grant. It's 100% funded from the governor's office. There's no local matching requirement to it. Other than we provide an office space here. And then they also provide office at the TAG because the prosecutor splits time. But it's just asking for us approval to reapply for the 2-year continuation for the grant.
Okay.
If there's any questions?
Any questions for Nelson?
Just have one. Now, what type of prosecutions does this, would this person handle?
Yes, ma'am. She handles
Paperwork.
recognized gang members or crimes that have some connection to the border, which would be if we have someone, say, from the valley that we catch with narcotics on I-35. That falls under her, as well as any type of organized crime type behavior falls under the auspices of the BPU. This came out of about a 10-year-old program for border counties to aid them with border crime, and has expanded to include these anti-gang centers. And so her specific focus is on gang members. Hopefully that answered your question, Commissioner.
Any other questions?
I don't have it, but it just may be in my inbox. Did you submit paperwork on this? And then I can read it at my leisure.
I just sent over the approval form to the court's office. The grant application, I'm actually still finishing. I just have to have the court's approval to apply. It's the same as last year's grant. We haven't changed any monetary amounts or anything to just reapply. In fact, the big grant that we fall under said we just keep our money the same.
Okay.
It's already apparently been approved down in Austin on the first budget run.
Okay. If you get some time though, could you perhaps, I just wanted to see the information on exactly what the program is.
Yes,
and
ma'am.
Information of that nature.
Happy to send that to you.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, any other questions? All right, what's the pleasure of the court?
Move to approve. Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? No other discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Oppose? Pass.
All right, thank you, Nelson. Moving back up to item E, the consent agenda, we have one suggested pull, item E3A, Sheriff's Office additional jail personnel request.
Okay, Major Armstrong is here.
Judge, did you want to do the rest of the consent agenda while he's joining?
Yeah, if there's no other pulls, is there a motion to approve the consent agenda with the exception of that pull?
Motion to approve. Second.
Motion made and second. Any other discussion? No other discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Oppose? Pass. Good morning.
Good morning. We're coming today. The United States Marshals came to the jail last week and did an inspection and took some pictures and then sat down with us afterwards and asked if we had room for any more inmates. So they're telling us they would like to bring 150 to 200 inmates to McLennan County, and we have the space, we just don't have the staff. So we come today to the commissioners asking for staff, and then we'll be submitting some budget amendments to help with that, to house approximately 150 to 200 inmates in our jails. And you have a letter there, what it's going to take staff-wise, and also the amounts there as well.
Okay, has everyone seen those?
Yes, sir.
Okay, are there any questions?
I'd make them. Go ahead, Bill. Okay. Are we going to, as we ramp up prisoners, that will be done incrementally as we foresee the need?
Yes, they asked us how quick we could do it. We told them we'd try to get it done within 90 days.
So they think, I mean, are they talking about like 200 prisoners just like that, or is it 51 days?
As soon as we can. I told them, we're scheduled, if everything goes through court today, to go ahead and be able to take 50 within a week and a half. And then as we get more staff, we'll call them and tell them to go ahead and bring 50 more and then 50 more. So like you're talking about, just ramp it up as we get the staff in there. Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. And I know they can't give you any definite response, but is there any chance that they would come back and say, we're pulling?
So, yeah, I talked to them about that, and we're hoping this is a long-term, as long as it be. But we've talked with the court in the past that if we do lose federal inmates for some reason, we will, through attrition, not hire staff back to meet our current staffing levels versus the inmate levels.
That makes sense. Okay, absolutely. Thank you.
Any other questions?
Make a motion to approve the request.
Second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Any discussion? I would just say that I don't think I know the Marshal Service would not give this opportunity to McLennan County if they haven't had numerous very good inspections and high marks. And so thanks to the Sheriff's Department and Major Armstrong for having a reputation that's recognized nationwide with this commitment from the U.S. Marshal Service. So.
Absolutely, Judge, absolutely.
Okay, with that, we have a motion and a second. If there's no other discussion, all in favor say aye.
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 Oppose? Pass.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
y'all.
you, guys.
All right, under item F, budget and budget amendments, under F1 regarding the FY21 budget. Francis?
All right, yes, so starting with F1A, these are our 2021 budget amendments. F1A is in the general fund, and this is a line item for to help fund the county health district. This is related to a request that was approved in court on March the 2nd. So we approved, and I think there's an interlocal also on the agenda today with the city. We will chip in half of the cost of the vaccination software that they are looking at. So there is money to move within that department where that line item is, and that's the indigent healthcare line item. So we determined that there should be excess there to be able to move.
Okay,
F1B, this is general fund for maintenance of buildings. The request is to increase supplies, furniture and equipment, and other services and charges for expenses for the remainder of the year. And he was able to find money within his department in another line item to cover those costs. F1C, general fund, this is for multiple departments within the sheriff's office realm. They are needing to increase overtime at Jack Harwell Medical, as well as travel reimbursement for both jail facilities. And they are able to find line items to move from within their departments as well. F1D, this is a budget amendment for the general fund. These are all costs related to inclement weather in the month of February. There is cost related to replacing equipment and supplies within offices, and then also repair and maintenance at county facilities downtown and also at the fairgrounds. There's some backup there attached that shows each piece of those repairs and replacements. So if you have any questions, of course, please stop me and we can answer any questions you have. We're moving from contingencies for this request. And then F1E, this is general fund for JP Precinct 4, and they are needing to increase their line item for language translation. And they are able to move within their department to increase that line item. F1F, this is the permanent improvement fund related to the 2019 bond. This is related to an approval you made on March 2nd for the bond to fund the cost of the work to be done on Rattler Hill Road. So this will cover that entire project, and we're moving from that contingency line within that bond. And then finally, F1G. This is a certification of revenue for insurance proceeds received for a totaled vehicle, as well as the equipment attached to that vehicle. The total is $31,738. So we are increasing the budget by that amount. And the sheriff's office has requested through the certification to increase the capital outlay line item. And they would like to, in turn, purchase a vehicle to replace the totaled vehicle. And I know they can answer questions on that replacement vehicle if needed. But the amount here that we're certifying is sufficient to cover the cost of that replacement vehicle plus the equipment needed.
okay, are there any questions? If not, is there a motion to approve the FY21 budget under F1A, B, C, D, E, F, and G?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? No other discussion, call for a vote.
Commissioner Smith,
Aye.
Commissioner Miller,
Aye.
Judge Felton,
Aye.
Commissioner Jones,
Aye.
Commissioner Perry.
Aye.
Pass.
All right, under item G, bids, RFPs, and RFQs, under G1, renewal request for bid 19-022, aggregate for surface treatment. Ken?
Yes, sir. We currently have a bid in place, bid 19-022. We currently, and we have two vendors under that bid. One is Mine Services, the other is Capital Aggregates. The bid was in effect through February 28, 2021. If approved by the court, the extension would be in effect from March 16, 2021 through February 28, 2022. We respectfully submit this for your consideration.
Okay, any questions? If not, what's the pleasure of the court?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion made and second. Any other discussion? No other discussion. All in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Oppose? Pass.
Item G2, add for RFQ 21-009, engineering for Texas Community Block Grant Project. Ken?
This is the next step in our seeking a grant from the Texas Community Block Grant. As you recall, we appointed a entity to apply for the grant. The next step is we have to have an engineering company that can help them put together a package to equal the $350,000 that grant that we're looking for. Like I say, this is just the next step. I'm looking for your approval to release the ad to submit the RFQ.
Any questions? All right, no questions there. A motion to approve G2.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion made and second. Any other discussion? No other discussion. Call for a vote. All in favor say aye.
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 Oppose? Pass.
All right, under item H, contracts and interlocal agreements, H1, authorization of memorandum of agreement with McLennan County Behavioral Health Leadership Team. This is a renewal of a MOA that we have with the Behavioral Health Leadership Team. It just states that the county will continue to actively participate in the BHLT through December of 2024.
Okay, any questions about that? And FYI, there's many members of the county employees and elected officials that serve on that, including Commissioner Jones and myself and Major Armstrong, and then several judges and the DA. And I think it's going to be with some plans going forward to improve how we handle the mental health community in McLennan County is going to greatly be enhanced by the work of this group. All right, any questions or anything? If not, what's the pleasure of the court?
Motion to approve.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion been made and second. Any other discussion? No other discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Oppose? Pass.
Under H2, authorization of agreement for reimbursement for mental health counseling services with Heart of Texas Council of Governments for juvenile probation. This is our annual agreement with HotCog. This allows the county to claim reimbursement for counseling services during the contract term, which will run through August 31st, 2021.
Okay, any questions? So motion to approve H2.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion been made and second. Any other discussion? No other discussion. All in favor say aye.
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 Oppose? Pass.
H3, amendment of solid waste interlocal agreement with Heart of Texas Council of Governments for community collection events for Road and Bridge precincts 1 through 3. Francis, do you have any info on this? And Judge, what it looks like is back during the summer, we approved an agreement with HotCog for collection events. And the amendment is for an increase of funding from HotCog for Precinct 3 for their tire and trash day. So the amended allocation is $17,140, which is an increase of $3,730.
Okay, any,
Application. How much are precincts 1 and 2 receiving under this grant?
What? Can you repeat that? I'm sorry.
How much are the other precincts receiving?
Well, it should, let's see. believe it's one allocation that will be split between all of you. But that's just kind of up to the court on how they want to disperse those funds between the 4 precincts.
Okay, is
It's
this,
one grant total.
is this a new grant? I thought this was a grant that we already received, but just it's being increased.
Correct. That's correct.
Okay, so the 17,140 is supposed to be split equally 4 ways?
So we get the total amount, and then that's just up to the court on how you spend it. So you can split it 4 ways, or I don't know if I'm assuming that some of this has already been spent. I'm sorry, one second. I don't have this pulled up.
Yeah, this is a reimbursement for our cleanup day.
Yes. So I know a good portion of that has already, the portion we had already originally received has already been expended.
And I believe they overpaid us.
Okay, I was just trying to get an understanding. We haven't done ours. We're doing ours in May. So I'm just trying to see what is our share of the grant. I know in the past they've been equally allocated across precincts, but I'm seeing just precincts 1 through 3. So I'm thinking precinct 4 is not participating. So am I to expect a 3rd share of the 17,140 for our cleanup in May?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, any other questions? If not, is there a motion to approve H3?
So move.
Second.
Motion made, second. Any other discussion? No other discussion, call for a vote.
Commissioner Smith,
Aye.
Commissioner Miller,
Aye.
Judge Felton,
Aye.
Commissioner Jones,
Aye.
Commissioner Perry.
Aye.
Pass. Thank you. Under H, go ahead.
H4, authorization of interlocal agreement with City of Waco for sharing cost of scheduling software for COVID-19 vaccination appointments. This is what Francis referenced earlier and what we approved the funding at the last court session. And this is just an interlocal agreement that just lays out the responsibilities for us.
Okay. And sounds like that's working pretty good. Have you heard?
Yes, sir. I've heard some really good things about it from conversations with Deidre. It seems to have really streamlined what was a very manual process.
Yeah, okay. Good. And I think we're using this system to help school districts in the vaccination of teachers as well.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Any other questions or comments?
I think it's also second shot, isn't it? An automatic
Right.
reminder
It's a scheduler. and-
schedule, which is
yeah.
excellent, which is excellent.
Okay, what's the pleasure of the court?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion been made and second. All in favor say aye.
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 Opposed?
Aye.
Pass.
Under item I, capital improvement and projects, I1 regarding ADA renovations at Extraco Event Center, agreement with John W. Irwin Construction, authorization of application for payment number 9. Ken?
Yes, sir. This is in the amount of $39,077. It's been reviewed by myself and Dustin Chapman and signed off by CPNY. So this should be good to go.
Okay, how far along are they on those projects?
I think that we're still having to work on the elevator. I think most of the rest of the stuff is done, but the elevator is taking a little bit longer to get done, working in between different projects or different events that they're having.
Okay. It's sure taking a long time. All right, what's the pleasure of the court?
Move to approve.
Is there a second? I'll second. Any other discussion? No other discussion, call for a vote.
Commissioner Smith,
Aye.
Commissioner Miller,
Aye.
Judge Felton,
Aye.
Commissioner Jones,
Aye.
Commissioner Perry.
Aye.
Pass.
I2 is regarding Spiegelville Road Improvement Project, agreement with Knife River Corporation South, authorization of application for payment number 12. Zane?
Good morning, everyone. This is for payment application number 12 for Spiegelville Road in the amount of $111,714.87. It's been reviewed and is recommended for approval.
Okay, and then the completion date on that is like this fall,
It should be this summer sometime.
this summer?
Judge.
Okay, good. Thank you. All right, what's the pleasure of the court?
Motion to approve.
Is there a
Second.
Motion made and second. Any other discussion? No other discussion. All in favor say aye.
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 Oppose? Pass.
All right, we have nothing under item J. Under item K, grants and grant proposals. Under K1, discussion and action on 2021-22 Texas Community Development Block Grant Program, including permission to hold a public hearing and to issue a public service announcement. This is the grant Ken and I have talked to you about a couple times, and what the previous ad for engineering was about. This is the one that Rhonda from Elmont Water presented to the court back in February. The requirements of the grant requires that a public service announcement be issued and also that the county hold a public hearing. And so we are just coming to y'all now for permission to seek that, since we actually don't have the application ready yet. And it can't be completed until the engineering firm is brought on. So we're just seeking permission to hold the public hearing and to issue that public service announcement.
Okay, you have a date when we'll have that hearing?
It is up to the, it can be ran really at any point, Judge. And so if the court has a preference on when we can hold it, and I'm trying to think how we did it last time, Ken. I think we ended up just picking a date. It was a Monday afternoon, right after 5 o'clock, and it was held in the commissioner's courtroom from what I remember.
That's correct. That's correct.
Okay.
And I'll just share, no one showed up, but again, it's a requirement that we have to meet to apply for the grant.
Okay. All right, well, I guess just make a recommendation at some point by the next court meeting, I guess, when that'll be, so we can get it publicized.
Very good.
All right, what's the pleasure of the court?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion made and second. Any other discussion? No other discussion. All in favor say aye.
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 Oppose? Pass.
All right, item L, Department Office Specific Request. L1, Sheriff's Office, authorization for honor guard to attend the inclusion of Deputy Sheriff Christopher Allen Smith to the National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial in Washington, D.C. David Ives?
Major Armstrong will speak to this.
So this is the National Law Enforcement Memorial, and we're requesting that the honor guard and some supervisors be able to attend that. So we're just requesting the out-of-state travel. We're looking at taking that probably out of our training funds. This was scheduled for May, but now it's been postponed to October. So we're still asking if we can go ahead and get the approval to travel, so we can go ahead and start booking the rooms in April, and then that we understand that'll come out of next year's budget. So.
Okay. Okay, any questions? What's the pleasure of the court? Did you have something else, David?
I'm sorry, sir. Baked into that request is authorization to use the county credit card as the local company that we used for scheduling flights. The travel agency no longer exists. I just want to make sure the court is aware that that is baked into this request. Is the
Okay,
credit card
I understand.
authorization.
All right, what's the pleasure of the court?
Motion to
Move
approve.
to approve. Second.
Have a motion and second. Any other discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Oppose? Pass. Thank you.
All right, under item M2, discussion regarding healthcare plan audit and related engagement agreement with Messier 42 LLC. And Judge, we'll need to defer this again.
Okay, I'll make a motion to defer.
Second.
Second.
Motion made and second. No other discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Oppose? Pass.
Item M3, discussion and or action regarding FEMA. Judge, we have nothing under it this week, so we don't need to take any action on any of those.
Okay.
And then under item M4, selection, designation of public members of the Salary Grievance Committee regarding the FY22 budget. Mercedes?
Yes. I need to draw 9 regular members and 6 alternate members, salary grievance committee.
Tell me when to quit.
Okay.
First one will be Kathy Bosard. Next is Elizabeth Westerfield. Matt O'Brien. Linda Jander. Jennifer Clout. Timothy Ferguson. Nathaniel Siebert. She was in there twice. Anthony Williams. Refugia Galindo. Carolyn Nichols. Martin Garza II. Orlinda Reeder. Zachary Owens.
All right, Tim.
Nicholas Allred. And the last one. Daryl Carroll.
Okay, what action needs to be taken on these? Dustin?
Guess till we hear back from them, we don't.
Judge, I think we don't take any action yet until we have the confirmed list, but we can confirm that with Mercedes, if that's okay.
That's correct.
Okay. All right, it's pretty hard to get people to serve on the salary grievance committee. I don't know why. It sounds like a very exciting time. We can get free motor grader rides in precinct 1 and 4. Okay, and nothing else, we'll go to M5.
Authorization of reappointment to the Heart of Texas Region Mental Health Retardation Center Board of Trustees. And MHMR is requesting the reappointment of Peter Colgin and Pamelia Hunter to the board. And then Darlene Cates has expressed a desire to conclude her time on the board. And so MHMR is currently looking to identify potential candidates to fill that spot.
Okay, and I confirmed with those two that they are willing to serve. I think it's important to have continuity going into the next couple of years of planning for MHMR. And so I make a motion, we approve the reappointment of Peter Colgin and Pamela Hunter. Is there have a second? Any other discussion? No other discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Pass.
All right, M6, discussion and or action regarding hosting of court night for 2021 North and East County Judges and Commissioners Conference.
Are we getting a report on this?
Suzanne, did you have anything you wanted to present on it?
Will was talking, but he's muted.
You're muted.
She's coming to my computer. I don't think that there's a microphone on that.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you? So as y'all know, we're hosting the North and East Conference in July, and our main responsibility is the host court night. I have taken the manual from Chrissy this season because she is dipping double duty. So I have taken the liberty of making some phone calls and trying to get us lined up, but I do need further direction. At the judge's suggestion, I understand that the base was suggested as the location for the host court meal. In speaking with Jason Elliott with regards to rental of the facility, he has suggested Hall A at $1,500 for the day, and that would be July the 13th of 2021 from 6 p.m. until 10 p.m. There is a catering minimum with the Heart of Texas of $3,000. I am anticipating 200 participants at $18 a head, so we would meet that threshold. There is a libation charge of $26 a head, which brings the entire meal and libations to $8,800, $1,500 for the hall rental, and $10 per table for rental, and $1 per chair. So right now I'm running with a rough number of about $10,750 if this is the direction we wanted to go. Additionally, I've checked with Fiona Bond at the Waco Cultural Arts Center and been provided a list of local entertainment that has been vetted with Keep Waco Loud and the Waco Cultural Arts Center. So we'll need to discuss what type of entertainment we would like to provide. And so I'm just looking for some direction here. I do have a committee assimilated if in fact we are moving forward. So if someone will just let me know.
Are there any commissioners on the committee?
Commissioner's assistants. And Cody in your office.
Okay. Any comments, questions anyone have?
I have one question. Back to the charge through HOT or the venue. I understand the catering part, but would you go over the bar part or the libation? You mentioned that's $26 a person?
$26 per head for open bar.
That's assuming that everybody there is
And
going
that
to.
is full open bar, assuming everyone consumes. Yes.
Well, what is there?
There is a ticket system.
And so we tear that down.
Well, I guess that may be
Correct,
normal, but
yes.
it seems strange because there may be a percentage of people who don't partake.
Correct. And again, the
Somebody-
ticket system would allow for a certain number of drinks per patron who wanted to participate.
And Jim, what
But we could
happens
keep
typically on
account.
that, if you choose
But we
not
can
to,
keep that on beer and wine.
you
Abilene was-
typically
it
will
was
give their
just beer
tickets
and
to someone
wine in
else who
Abilene,
uses
right?
it. So it typically gets consumed. You'll notice, that's been my experiences.
Yeah, yeah, it does. It does get consumed.
I really don't know what percentage of commissioners would be at the bar, but.
Or judges.
Later in the evening, those tickets will bring a premium.
Judge Jason Elliott did say if you wanted to finagle that price with Wes,
Yeah,
to
I
feel
was
free to
gonna-
call.
I was gonna suggest, on that piece of it, let me, understand that, because the other thing has to do with, whether you use, their food service or cater, and there's a fee on that, and all that
Correct, and
hasn't.
Excuse me, my understanding with Jason was that that price would be cheaper in the long run for us because it comes with the liquor license.
Right, I
And we don't
understand
have to
that.
go out and do that separately.
Yeah, yeah. Well, okay, I guess the main thing, just want to understand exactly the meal piece of it, and, it needs to be.
Sure. We've not discussed any menu yet. I
Okay.
just wanted to be sure that this was kind of a solid plan to move forward with, or if you want me to look into other resources.
Okay, well, I think we can move forward, although I would like to go talk to them about that piece of it.
Certainly.
And then get with you or you go with me or whatever, but we'll figure out how to.
You bet. You
what
bet.
we can do on that.
Okay. That being said, I wouldn't think that the court would have any objection to any type of theme that the committee comes up with. It will be tasteful, Texas flags and nice things like that. Nothing
Right. Right.
atrocious.
Right.
And as far as entertainment for the evening, does anyone have any thoughts? Live band, disc jockey, stick pony rodeo?
I don't right now. I think one thing is we might talk to Carla Pendergraph and kind of see, you know, what in regards to entertainment, what in these
Certainly, and
conventions.
she was part of the group that put this list together for the
Okay,
Waco
good.
Cultural Arts Center.
Good.
So I have a complete list of everyone that's local that's been vetted, and it comes with their hourly charge or their set charge.
Okay.
Okay,
All right. Well,
so it's basically based on availability at this point.
okay.
The last time, didn't we have a live band?
We did have live band.
Yeah.
It was John Gimble, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that was a while ago then.
Dick Gimble. Mhm.
Yeah, Dick.
It's been suggested Mac Abernathy.
Well, okay, we'll look at that.
Okay.
If we can, by next court meeting, we'll have it nailed down, so we're not leaving you in limbo.
Okay, great.
And I
Thank you.
appreciate the work you've done on it as well.
Sure, my pleasure. Thank you.
All right, any other questions you might have?
No question, but I would just say thank you, Suzanne. for
Oh,
taking
thank you
on
for
this.
the opportunity to serve.
All right. Okay. So.
All right, moving on to item M7, authorization of order accepting donations for the specialty court programs. Francis?
Sorry, there's always a delay. Yes, so this is just the list to approve for donations to the specialty court program for the month of February.
Okay, any questions? If not, is there a motion to approve?
So move.
Second.
Motion been made and second. Any other discussion? No other discussion. All in favor say aye.
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 Oppose? Pass. All right.
M9, approval of United Healthcare Life Insurance proposal revision. Anna?
Thank you, Justin. So what I'm bringing to the court this morning is a sold version of the group life insurance proposal provided by United Healthcare. So in the initial transition documents and RFP process last year, a proposal was approved by the court that included our group, our basic life insurance that all employees get. And it included a rate of 80 cents monthly per employee for this $10,000 worth of life coverage. In the most recent sold version, we were provided, there was actually a decrease in that rate. So rather than 80 cents per person per month, they are only invoicing us 70 cents. So there's a savings there. So we're just bringing the sold version of the proposal forward to court for approval and for record keeping. Are there any questions?
Any questions? Okay, if no questions, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion to approve.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. Is there a second? A motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Oppose? Pass. Thank you,
Thank
Commissioner.
you.
All right, we have nothing under item N. Under item O, McLennan County Venue Project. Under O1, regarding the architectural services agreement with Populous. O1A is authorization of professional services invoice regarding February services for venue project invoice. This is an invoice from February 2021, and it's for $15,000, and it's for their extended construction administration services. And Ken and I have both reviewed this.
Okay, any questions? Not, is there a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Is there a second? I'll second. Any other discussion? No other discussion. Call for a vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Oppose? Pass.
O2, regarding the construction manager at risk agreement with John W. Irwin General Contractor. O2A is authorization of application and certificate for payment number 25. Ken?
Yes, sir. This is, pay application is for $818,785. Dustin and I both have reviewed it, and it has been reviewed and signed off by Populous. And so again, this should be good to go.
Okay. Any questions? What's the pleasure of the court?
So moved.
Motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? No other discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Oppose? Pass.
Item P, McLennan County Radio Tower Project. P1 is authorization of communication site lease agreement with Department of Public Safety. And Judge, we will need to keep this deferred again. We're still waiting to receive this back from DPS.
Okay, I'll make a motion. We defer. Is there a second?
Second.
Second.
Motion made and second. Any other discussion? No discussion. All in favor say aye.
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 Oppose? Pass.
And Judge, I believe that's all the action items. We do, under the work session, have item Q6, discussion regarding the state and local coronavirus fiscal recovery funds. And we have started to put together a little worksheet on it that will get sent out to the court. Just some real basics on it. We're still waiting for the Treasury to issue some guidance on it. They're through the bill, they are going to be the one that oversees and administers these payments, but our allocation is estimated to be 49.7 million right now. We should get that first payment within 60 days after enactment, which it has been enacted. So this payment should be coming. The second payment for the second half will be no earlier than 12 months after the first payment. And like I said, the big question will be how the Treasury, how their guidance reads and their FAQs. We expect those to be out in the next week or two. We did reach out to BKD yesterday, and they've been having internal meetings, and they are going to be helping entities. So that is an option for us just to be aware of. There may be some programs that need to be created to expend these funds. So, but we will keep researching. I know the court members have been researching this themselves. So we'll all keep researching. We'll keep it on the work session. And as we get new info from the Treasury, we'll make sure to get it out to everyone as well.
Okay, it's going to be a big undertaking. Any questions anyone have?
Thanks for the update, Dustin.
Yes, sir.
All right. Do you need any action on that?
No, sir. We'll just keep it on the work session, and we'll try to bring updates each court session.
Okay, thank you.
And so, Judge, I think really the last thing is our executive session, and we do need to notify Tom Brandt and Steve Henniger, and I saw Herb log on a minute ago. So if you want to, it's okay to take a 5 or 10 minute recess. We can get everybody lined up and then be able to go into executive session.
Okay, let's take a 10-minute recess. We'll start back at 10:13, 10:14. And then we'll go back into session and then go into executive session. And then we'll reconvene after that and close out. All right, thank you. Okay. Okay, let's call court back to order. It's 10:13. Let's see. Let's go into executive session under section 551.071 of the Government Code. Closed session to discuss legal matters. So, Dustin?
This meeting is being recorded.
Okay. Okay, it's 11:04. Would like to go out of executive session and go back into regular session. On, let's see, item M6, I'm gonna go back to it. M6, okay. Just want to make one clarification on these expenses that I think were estimated, I believe she said 10,000. Those are not covered by ad valorem revenues. Those are covered by donations and from and sponsorships from different entities. So I wanted to clear that up, that those expenses are not covered by ad valorem. Dustin, is there anything else on the agenda that need to be visited?
I believe we hit all the action items. Mercedes or Reagan, is there anything that we need to cover?
Mercedes says no.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Our next Commissioners Court meeting is, what's the date?
Be March 30th.
March 30th, okay. All right, if there's nothing else that comes before the Commissioners Court, we stand adjourned.